the Germans is going to throw at them. There seems to be just a little bit of an issue with the goal box. Looks like a hole or something in the net, but the umpires are quickly sorting that out. The moment that is sorted out, we will be ready to go, and pushback will happen. Looks like that problem has been sorted out, so I'm sure we are moments away from pushback. And looks like they're ready. Some bit of... Here we go. Umpires are ready. Teams are ready. What's going to happen in this titanic clash? We look forward to seeing this team is well supported. A very good crowd here, forming at Western Province Cricket Club for this iconic clash between the South Africans and the Germans for this particular matchup in Pool A, match number 14, 5 o'clock at Western Province Cricket Club in beautiful Cape Town. What a wonderful occasion for this match to happen. As we go, good start, keeping the ball, just keeping the ball to the outside. Nice movement. The Germans seem to be quite aggressive up front, running quite hard, and they forced a turnover. Straight into it. And here we go, the South Africans keeping their shape, trying to get their structures in. The umpire wants the ball inside of the 23 area. Ball into the 16-yard hit. For the South Africans are looking to get some nice and width into their attacking play, getting their forwards nice and high. Good defensive work by the German on the outside. I think the umpires are going to have their hands full here. They're going to have to try and stay on top of it, as both teams really want to make their presence felt on the field and really having a proper go. The South Africans really need to make sure they stay on top of their players, marking nice and defensively. As you can see, there's quite a few German players open in the circle, and that forces the pressure going in. Free hit to South Africa. I think they're quite lucky to get away with that. But yeah, they're taking their time. Good setup. Let's get the shape. Let's get the structure. And now we take the free hit. As the midfielders are starting to work closer towards the ball, being attacking options, I just feel they need to move the ball a little bit quicker, not staying too static on the ball. And there's a turnover. Good steal. Good work by player number 12 of South Africa. Antonio Lopez really putting in the hard defensive work, even though he is a forward, really making that hard work back to try and force something. But again, some turnover here, straight to South Africa. And there's a free hit out to South Africa. I see this. The umpire's trying to explain something here to the South African players, just for them to take the ball onto the mark, setting the standard early, and making sure everybody knows what's happening and what they're going to allow and what they're not going to allow. Good pressing there by the Germans into the midfield. Good work. Can they come away with something? Great save for the goalkeeper. Clearance is wide. Very good work. Again, the Germans come away with it, keeping the ball nicely. Very good opportunity. They're really going to put pressure on the South Africans into that midfield, forcing the pocket onto the outside, and then they just step quite hard and aggressively. It's almost like creating a little bit of a fake space for them. But here they go. South Africans are just a little bit slow to react there. But here they go. Good defensive work. Germans on the ball, going onto his left flank. This is some good setup there by South Africa. They're looking good and strong in defense. Players are being marked quite tightly. Again, the umpire is making sure that they take the ball on the free, on the exact mark where they need to take it on. Here they go. Free to the Germans. Here they go, here they go. What's happening? Good opportunity, some good skill, good pace, good tackle. I can sense that the South Africans just need to toughen up a little bit, being a little bit more stronger in their ball carrying position. As it's just a little bit of a soft turnover here and there that really puts them in a difficult position. They can just really be a bit more physical and just man up a little bit more. The Germans just get a little bit more physicality and to their presence felt. But here they go again. South Africans got the ball into the defensive third. But the Germans got it again. Just so calm and composed. And there goes an aerial ball up. South African ball. Here they go. Played onto the outside. Unfortunately, doesn't get the ball into the right. Just a little bit lack of ball speed can contribute to that. And here they go. They just keep moving it. Germans staying nice and composed. Just very meticulous in what they want to try and do. There they go. Just finding the connections. But that's a good step. Good intercept by player number 24 of South Africa. Grant Anderson stepping up. Really making sure he keeps his team in contention. Charlie Jenkins on the ball. Well done. What a good steal by him. Good physically. That's the physicality that South Africa need to stand up to. Good work. Work there by Charlie Jenkins. Again, he's working extremely hard up front. But all in vain as it's a turnover. Now the Germans look threatening. They really need to keep a lid on them running into that side. Good work by the German attackers. That's a little bit of a cover drive there by one of the defenders. The Germans just very patient, very meticulous in what they want to try and do, getting into some good areas. Good work. The Germans got it in the circle. Good work by the goalkeeper, but again, the Germans still come away with it. And again, long corner. South Africa just seems to lack a little bit of possession in this first chukker. They can just manage to get a little bit of possession, keep a few phases together, just make the German defenders move a little bit more. Just keep a little bit possession. But yeah, they've got it now. They've got possession now. Can they construct a few passes together and keep the ball? They've got a good shape going. Their shape looks quite good. Midfielders in a good position. The defenders are moving in. They just need to keep playing it out. See, just get those phases going. If they can keep that phases, that will really, but that doesn't help the cause if we play it straight back to a German defender. The skill of these German players, they just really receive with such a confidence. I mean, player number 32 just clearly leads in, receives and turns at the same time, which is a really, really good skill to have. Ralph Jake doing a fantastic job showing off his receiving skills. skills there, and that can really upset you as a defender, because you might think you're going one way and he pulls you into another way. It really makes it difficult for you as a defender to line yourself up and determine where he's going. But this is good from the South Africans, constructing a little bit of continuity and ball possession. Now they just got to keep that shape, keep moving the ball nice and quickly. So that's good between them. Just a few phases into the middle. This is good, just sucking in the defenders and then just keep playing. But these blind little passes just can be a little bit better. I can see that coach Friend won't be too particularly happy with those unforced errors. I mean, that will really frustrate him as a coach if they can just like keep a little bit of phases together and just make sure they can get on the go forward ball and get some possession. But it's a good press by them. They can just keep them in their half. And there they manage to force the turnover. And that's all by very good work done. And here comes the South Africans. Now they got to work hard. Keep moving the ball. And there they just play it into the outside. South Africans are running their subs quite thick and fast here, which I think will be really good for them going into the latter part of this game, as it is extremely hot and you got to manage your bench well. So I think the coaches are doing a fantastic job in just rotating their players, trying to keep them fresh to get the best out of them as the game progresses. But they got to work hard. I mean, it's quite hot, and this German team just doesn't look like they are breaking a sweat. They're just running extremely hard and just getting into great positions. But I'm sure as the game goes on, it will open up a little bit more. And we just got to be a bit more patient on the ball. But here they go. That's a good movement. Just keeping possession. This is what the South Africans would look to do. Just keeping the ball and keep the possession as long as possible. Because now there's a turnover and the Germans come away with a counter. We've got some forwards moving. We're just got to get the numbers into the D. Good skill by player 24 of Germany, who managed to get a circle entry and force the corner. Holger Groningen doing a fantastic job getting the ball in there and on to his teammate to create a penalty corner for them. What can the Germans come away with? Can they convert their first penalty corner? What are they going to do? I think it's going to be a dart at the top of the circle for someone to probably have a bit of a flick. Who's in a good position? They look quite confident. So the South Africans really need to be on top of their game here. Oh, and there's a whistle that gone. The ball's in the back of the net and the player is down. Umpire's looking at him at least. Make sure he's okay. But nice little variation there by the Germans. They managed to get another rearward corner at least, which will provide them with another opportunity going towards goals. And the Germans got another penalty corner. What's happening here? And he goes over it again. And the South Africans keep them on. Can they move it quickly? And too long, and there they lose the counter opportunity. The biggest thing is you want to play it quickly. If you're on the ball there, you want to get your numbers high, play the ball. Coaches train that, and they emphasize that. And I'm sure that will be a big frustration for them, as they really were looking for that to counter and use that opportunity. And then that doesn't help, where they just give the ball away straight back to the Germans. So let's see what they can come up with. Yeah, another host of changes coming for South Africa. They're really making sure they're changing their players thick and fast fast, I think it will make a massive difference for them coming into the second half, keeping their players fresh and ready for what's in store for them for the next half. Here they go. Good work. Good pressure there. But someone has to really put pressure on this one. And there we go, playing into the outside. The Germans really know what they want to try and do. They're really sucking in that outside forwards of the South Africans and draw them in to open up space to the outside. So they try and force that as quickly as possible to really put them under pressure. The Germans come away with it. They've got position in the attacking third here. I think there's lots of space in the outside, so if they can just get the ball into his channels. But yeah, again, Anderson on the ball. He's really doing a fantastic job. He's such a class act in the midfield, making sure he holds things together for South Africa. Plays it quickly, makes a good connection, and he just shows his class. Good to the outside. This is good work, good work. They just got to keep the possession now. And there they suck them in. That's very good by player number 12 of South Africa. Antonio Lopez really doing well. Putting players into space, letting them take that outside flank on the right-hand side. And now South Africa's got the ball in the attacking third. What can they do? Good receive. Anderson just lost his footing there. Could really be dangerous if he receives that ball in that area. Again, South Africa's got possession now. And good change of channel by the players there. Good. Anderson on the ball. Good movement. Good connections. And here we go. Can they get there? Very good work. Forwards putting nice pressure on. Antonio Lopez, Charlie Jenkins on the field currently, really putting out as much pressure as they can. It's a good turnover, good defensive work by the Germans. A free hit for South Africa, they're doing quite well. That's good work by the South Africans, getting the ball in there. They just like their strikers to pounce on those balls going in there. So they can just be in striking distance. But Sean Ace doing really well, forcing another turnover and getting the ball into a good position. This is good bowler by South Africa. If they can keep this pressure up, they can really take it to the Germans. They're just got to do it consistently and not force so many unforced errors. And Antonio Lopez is working hard up front. And that's a good work, and they forced the turnover by good press work there by the South Africans. The Germans will really look to get some inspiration from the captain, Gotts Muller, to really put them to the sword. Because I mean they've had bulk of possession, but they haven't really done too much with the ball. So they would really want to work hard, and the captain will really be instrumental in enforcing that. And he looks like he's holding things nicely together there at the back, communicating nicely to his players, holding the shape and the structure of what they need to do. As we end the first chukker, here we go into the second chukker now. Both coaches will have a quick word with their teams. From a South African point of view, they'll probably just say, let's construct a little bit more phases together, a little bit more passes, get into good positions higher up, and let's put a little bit more pressure on them with our press. Where I think the Germans will just look at it and say, let's keep the ball, let's be in that meticulous mode that we've been in, let's keep the ball as we've been doing, but let's just make those circle entries count a little bit more by getting a bit more outcomes, penalty corners, shots at goal, those type of things. If they can just do that, maybe try and attack South Africa a little bit through the midfield a little bit more, then they would put themselves in great positions. But I think we've got a good clash here up on our hands, so the teams just need to stay in it, and work hard. I must say, both teams have made quite a lot of changes during the game. The substitutes were run quite fantastically to try and keep their players fresh and aggressive for the rest of this chukker. Okay, and yeah, the players are starting to get ready for the second chukker now. The umpires will also discuss quickly what they are going to do, what they did well in that chukker, what can they look for, who's the playmakers, and where is everybody going. But I'm sure both teams will be on and fiery come the start of the second chukker. And as we go, both teams are ready, and here we go, back to the center start. I think a player for the Germans that will be looking to really maybe get a bit out of, to just keep bossing things around, and he's been holding the middle so well, putting pressure on Anderson there in the middle, is Michael Kossel from Germany. He's really been controlling things nicely there, just holding the space, just making sure Anderson doesn't have too many options going forward that he has to sort of pass. Just holding, not committing too much, just putting enough pressure for him to really go into a good area. And he's got the ball, and Sean Ace has just got a free hit for his team. And here they go again, the South Africans. They just need to moving the ball in and out. See there again. Here they go. Player number 32 dropping out into the back line here for South Africa. And here they go, South Africa. And that's such a little bit of a one-dimensional pass into the space. You want to get out of there and just move the ball to the opposite side. If you can just do that, there's so much space. But I just tend to feel that Coach Friend would also be really upset by his players if they can just move the ball a little bit quicker. It seems 2-3 seconds too long that they stand on the ball and don't move it quick enough. If they can just manage to do that, they can really put the Germans under pressure by creating a bit more space, because now the time limit that they have between receiving and moving the ball is just too long, and then the Germans look fit and fast and they get into good positions, and that makes it extremely difficult. But yeah, the South Africans go forward, work hard in their press, especially number 15 Damian Carlitz is running hard up front to really try and press hard. But now the problem is he's stepping alone, and there's a good turnover forced. And here we go. Unlucky. That was such a good work. And the captain of the German side is there, really nice and composed. And there he just goes. And the South Africans come away with it. Here they go. Can they finish it off? Good opportunity by them. And that is so unlucky. They just couldn't push it past the goalkeeper. I think South Africa will be a bit disappointed that they didn't make most of it, because that was the opportunity they waited for, and it was so brilliantly set up by Damian Carlitz, playing the ball through. What a way for South Africa to put the pressure on. If now they can just get those opportunities and put them away, it would be fantastic. But that was a great opportunity, really good work by them. They would be very disappointed that they didn't put that away, but hopefully they can get another one to put the pressure on. Player got smoked with the ball. But yeah, the Germans come away, play the ball into the air. Great pickup by the Germans. And yeah, the Germans got an opportunity. What's going to happen? And they managed to do the same as South Africa, not convert. A wonderful opportunity. But some good work there by the goalkeeper, number 76, Lionel Spinola, doing a fantastic job for South Africa, keeping in team in it. I think the South Africans, what they probably can do a little bit more in their press, if they can just cut it a little bit quicker, then they can force the Germans to one side. Now they just throw the ball left and right, and the one striker is just running up and down. But if you can just manage to cut the play a little bit quicker, that will make life a lot easier. And here they go, here they go. See, now this is a good press by them, cutting the play off. You just got to hold them there on the outside. And the Germans elegantly just calm, absorbing the pressure and just keep moving it. But yeah, they're cutting it nicely. Oh. And South Africa's got a ball. Do they have the numbers? Ah. And South Africa managed to good build up there, good play in the press. Now they just need to convert those opportunities when they win the ball in those areas. And here they go again. And the South Africans cut their press more aggressively than what they did at the start of the chukka. And then they managed to force another turnover. So that's what they really would want to do. The Germans, on the other hand, I think they would just want to be a little bit more patient. They've worked the aerial ball quite fantastically, playing a few aerial balls behind the South African defense, and that's really made them into a good thing. But here they go. Oh, okay. Luckily for the South Africans, they managed to force the free hit there. Now they're going on the counter, but they need numbers. And unfortunately, yes, there's a little bit of aggression shown on the field here. However, the players would need to keep themselves in check. And here the South Africans come away with it. Again, the aerial ball being used by the Germans. And some pushing there. Umpires are starting to climb in here to understand that the players are getting frustrated and they would need to calm things down a little bit. And there they go, move the ball to the outside channels, into the middle. And this is good from South Africa. That's what they want to try and do. They're just going to find that extra connection. But at least they're doing quite good. The Germans come away with a free hit. Again, getting their structure into place. So the Africans also getting their structure into place. Good job by the... And that's just quality skill, forcing them in and forcing them to the outfield, and then he's one extra 15 meters for him to go forward. That's very good work by the German outside left half. The captain of Germany just controlling things at the back. He makes sure he's the catalyst here to really control things for the German side. Again, hard work on the press here. And now he's cutting it. Now we got to put that reverse pressure. And there's a turnover. Can they make the counter? Anderson's on the ball. He needs runners. Unfortunately, he doesn't have them. But now he's found Charlie Jenkins on the outside. And Charlie makes a good connection. Not losing position. And I think that's what you ultimately want. You know, when you can't go forward, just keep the ball, and then you want to reset and hold it as long as possible. And here we go. The Germans got lots of space into this outside channel. Here they go. Down this left-hand flank. Good defensive work by the South Africans. And yeah, Anderson's on the ball again. And he still has it. And the Germans come away with the ball and wins the free hit. Good work by the South Africans. They really need to keep this up. Work hard, get the balls in the right channels, and put the pressure on the Germans. Lopez again, working extremely hard, cutting and working on the angles. And here he goes again. This defensive work is really good by the attackers. Good work by the forwards. Charlie Jenkins following his players. nice and deep, making sure he knows where his player is, and that makes them cut down options for the Germans. I still feel maybe the captain, Michael uh, Gottsmuller, can really step into that space that the South Africans giving him, and then he can play as outside German midfielders a little bit more, and that will put the South Africans under pressure. But here they go. The Germans come away with it. There's an opportunity down the left. And will they put it away? Yes, it does. It's a fantastic goal by the Germans. Good counter. Well set up to the left. Really played a good timely pass. And then it was just a very quality finish with that final touch in the circle that really makes a difference. Putting the Germans 1-0 ahead at this particular moment. And player number 16 of Germany scoring the goal, Christian Kosling, coming away with a quality finish to put Germany 1-0 ahead here. But can the South Africans inch back another one? They've had their opportunities, so can they put away one? I'm sure they're going to try their utmost best to do that. They've been fighting hard, getting into some good positions, good areas, creating one or two circle entries. It's just now about let's convert them. And here they go, counter for the South Africans. A great steal there by the German number 74. Very well done. That's extremely good work. Frank Schaefer making a good contribution. And penalty corner for Germany. What can the Germans do there? Can they put another one on the board here against the South Africans? And there's a goal. Quality finish. And Germany makes it 2-0 to the South Africa. 2-0 up. They keep staying in it. They keep working hard. And it's a good quality finish. And yeah, the South Africans coming back with it. What can they do? They really need to push, get one on the board here. Free to South Africa, they come away, yeah. And there they move the ball again. South Africa comes away with it. Good job. And South Africa is again in a good position here. They would really want to create something out of this ball that they've got in this area. They'll take the line ball. Hopefully they can just manage again. But the Germans are in good positions there. Holding defensively nicely. Working hard. Here they go. What can they do? Playing the ball all the way back. trying to draw the German defenders out a little bit more, creating a bit more space going forward, and the Germans come away with the ball. And into the middle. Good work. That's exactly what the Germans would like to do. Keep sucking him into the midfield, forcing the ball to go to the outside, and the Germans come away with it down the outside. That's hard. The South Africans got the free hit. And green card to Germany. Can the South Africans make this extra number count? To really make a difference, if they can just get that extra player into a good position and use that extra number for the next 2 minutes. But they got to keep moving the ball nice and quick to make that number count. Again, there's quite a lot of space on the outsides. The Germans doesn't seem to change too much, as they still have 3 forwards in there, so which will make it quite interesting for them into the midfield. But the South Africans need to get that player. It doesn't help we just keep playing it backwards. They need to find the ball going forward, especially with that extra number. But then they got to make sure they work onto that. South Africans are stepping hard, and again, and there's a bit of a foot. I think he got a little bit obstructed by his teammate trying to run to intercept the ball. You know, sometimes it's such a difficult thing to get under control. If it's thrown correctly, I don't think that was particularly the best throw that I've seen in international hockey, but other than that, his players set him off, and unfortunately that hit a foot. So here we go into another opportunity for the Germans. They've got the space on the outside. Good defense by the South Africans. They come away with it, but now they would really want to make something out of it. So it's just there trying to force something. We're under pressure. We might need to just keep the ball for a phase or two longer, get our shape back, and then going. I think Germany is back to full numbers, so they've lost that advantage of that extra player. You know, so now it's back to hard work, 11 versus 11. They need to push hard, but you can see the players are huff and puffing here. They really need to push, and especially in the heat that they're playing in, doing a lot of defensive work makes you a lot more tired. And there they go. The Germans are just keeping the ball. They're nice and patient, not rushing things. They're just staying quietly patient, keeping the ball, playing the ball into the outside, and that's a brilliant opportunity. Just the ball wins the race. And again, Germany's captain, Gottsmuller, really urging his team on and working hard with them. But that's the end of the first half. South Africa will have some hard words spoken in the team talk now. If they can just work a little bit harder, get into good positions, just move the ball a little bit quicker, they can really get a bit more out of it. But yeah, we'll be back with you shortly for the second half.
At thehockeysite.com, it's about what happens in the locker room, thinking about the game. It's about planning and preparation, and about training and improving those skills, looking at it from different angles. But of course, it's also about teaching them to score and win. Thehockeysite.com. Share the knowledge.
Both teams getting ready for the second half, taking the field. Both coaches would have a long, hard chat to their teams. Germany, they would probably just say to them, just keep the ball, keep that phases, play the ball into the outside, and if they expose the middle, we'll take them on in those areas. Where South Africans would just need to keep it a little bit more simpler, keeping the ball, moving it a little bit quicker instead of the long time that they spend on the ball to really get it onto the outside. And they're about to start. Umpires look ready, teams on the field, and everybody is good to go. And start is on the way. Good aggressive pressure by South Africa. Good play into the outside pockets. Good pressure by the Germans. A little bit of a hand there. It was just a little bit naughty by the South African player. Good aggressive pressing by South Africa. And then again, the aerial ball gets used to good effect. Unfortunately, can't be gathered by a German player. And yes, South Africa takes a free quite quickly. They're playing into the outside channel and they're moving it back. Hopefully, they can just keep moving it quicker. There they go. Nice and quick movement. Again, eyes up is good. And it's a good connection. See, it's just those static movements that we can be a little bit better on. And the other Germans come away with the counter. South Africa losing it in a vital area. Here they go, circle entry. Great defensive tackle by South Africa. Great work. And again, to the Germans. Here they go. Into the D. Can they get an outcome? Great defensive work again. Off the hand of the South African player. And he's done great subversive work. That's a good defensive work by the South Africans. Forcing the free hit. Give them time. Relieves a bit of pressure. Now they can set up their structure. And now they can keep moving it. Good to the outside. And they're getting it all the way back the side. Now that's where they want to attack the space quite a little bit with a bit of speed. But now they need to move it quickly again. The Germans are so quick and move and get into good positions defensively. Just doesn't give the South Africans much options. And here they go. Lopez on the side. Really's got a bit of gas. Moving nicely. South Africa comes away with it. What can they do? A free hit to the South Africans. Can they do something? Can they create something off that? South Africa comes away with it. Ooh. South Africa's got it again. Anderson on the ball. Oh, they want to play it into the outside channels. And South Africa loses it. And the Germans will come away with a 16-yard free hit. So Africans are looking to really put Germany under a bit of pressure and get that defying goal to just really put them in a good position to compete. And again, Lopez working extremely hard into the press here. And Germany forces the free hit on the outside. But they keep coming. South Africa comes away with it. Oh, unlucky. And then the South Africans lose the opportunity going forward. Hopefully they can make that count. South Africa comes away with a free hit. What can they do? Can they create something? They've got a nice setup here, good structure. They move the ball in good areas. So they just sometimes that lack of moving it too quickly is what puts them under pressure. I mean, like, they've got a great setup from a 16-yard hit. Players are in the right positions. They try and move it into good areas, and it just lacks of taking maybe a second or two too long to get it into a good area. But now the Germans come away with it. And they receive it. Oh, that's a good save by the goalkeeper. Really, really good save. Made sure he got to stick to that, forcing the ball to the outside. And yeah, the Germans get into good positions. Player really high up in the circle, looking for that elusive touch. That's quite difficult to get. Defensive work is done well. South Africa comes away with it. They've got the ball on the free. It takes it quickly. Now they got to move it. And they need to move it again into the outside, yeah. And that's just an unforced error that just relieves the pressure, and then it's just been transferred straight back. They really would want to sharpen up on that a little bit. But now they're good. They're defensively, they look quite good. They've got the players in the right areas. And that's good defensive work by the South Africans. Very, very good work by Kevin Green. He's doing some superb defensive work here, and he wins the turnover. Unfortunately, there's just no one there, but South Africa still comes away with it. And here Charlie Jenkins on the ball again. Oh, that's a great ball to the outside. What can they do? Lopez is there. Oh, and it's just such a vital jab tackle by the defenders. And there's a card for the South Africans. Green card to Antonio Lopez. Got a green card for pushing. So he needs to get off quickly. Can the Germans make this extra number count? Can the Germans make this extra number count in their favor? They seem nice and calm on the ball. And their aerial ball to them. Good work by South Africa. Good stuff. Playing it into the outside. This is good. So we just want to roll it into the space. Good work by Kevin Green, working extremely hard into the midfield, really trying to get that elusive goal that they've just been running towards getting. Great defensive work. Now they got to let it go. Just that isn't options. That's good. Good playing. Good work by the South Africans, keeping the ball nicely. Here they go. Played onto the free to the South Africans. Can they move? There's another card coming. Another green card. One of the German players got a green card, also for pushing. He seems a bit bemused by it. Player number 73 got a card for pushing. South Africa wanted to do more than that. The South Africans would just look for a little bit of patience, you know. They would really want to just get that phases together. But here they go. They've got numbers down the left, so they can just get it there. And then recycle. That's good work by the South Africans. This is what they would want to do more often. Just keep that phases together, that patience on the ball. That's what they would want. And that's good. They still keep possession, you know, and that's what they need more of. If they can keep doing that, string these phases together, the gaps will open up, the space will be there, they can attack it and they can get some shots on goal. I'm sure the German goalkeeper Lutz Hansen would want to see some action. He has been quite quiet as he hasn't been tested too much, but I'm sure they would really want to put him under a little bit of pressure. So if they can string these phases together, that will be very good for the South Africans. But the Germans, they look calm and composed in attack and also in defense. Turnover, Germans got it again. Great work by Germans using that aerial ball to very good effect. But they still got the ball, the Germans. nice and calm in attack, and he gets through that. And there's a yellow card for a South African player. Player number 2 of South Africa, Garth Sinclair, gets a yellow card. There's been a lot of pushing that's been happening, so unfortunately he's getting the yellow, and the umpire's been quite clear on it. They're not going to allow any of this pushing happening, and he gets the yellow card. So that's going to be difficult for the South Africans as they're man down for at least 5 minutes here. So they're really going to have to work hard, especially to make sure they do the extra work of that defender. Germans have the ball in position again. And he's moving it to the outside, all the way around. That's all they need to do, especially with the extra player that they've got to their disposal. Good work by South Africans. Good defensive work. The Germans come away with it, however, they're attacking down the right-hand side. They still have it. What can they do with it? Good aerial ball into the D, trying to put the South Africans under pressure. But the Germans still have it, so hard work still needed to be done here by the South Africans. And they got it. What's happening? And they get away with it. And a little push in the back, resulting in the free hit for the South Africans. Free hit to the Germans, they come away with it. David just sort of get a little bit of structure now as the game became a little bit loose in this last 2-3 minutes. Just a little bit helter-skelter, up and down, with a lot of mistakes happening. So both teams would just want to settle, get back to their structure, and then keep the ball in as long as possible. And the Germans, the South Africans got to come away with the ball. Can they play it quickly? There's space on the outside. And they just nice and calmly play it backwards. They need players to feed to. They need a little bit more movement from their midfielders. Their midfielders are very static at this stage. They just need to work a little bit harder for the players around them to get into a really good space. And that's good work by Green again. He's been on tremendous form, just working hard and getting it again. That's good work by Green. He's really been one of the catalysts on the South African team today. Really doing the defensive work and the attacking work. That is what is required. And again, he's still following back. That's extremely good work. But there's still a lot of hard work that needs to do. And I think his team can get a lot of inspiration from that. The South Africans come away with it. And the Germans will still have ball in their defensive third. Here they go. And the South Africans get a free hit. unfortunately, turnover again. The Germans got the ball. They're really struggling with man down on the field. And Lopez working hard up front again. It's good work by the Germans, receiving it high up in the field. Just make simple passes and connections. Very good work. And South Africa will take the 16-yard hit. And they would probably want to manage the time. South Africa is back to full numbers, so that they were relieved a little bit now that they're back to full numbers. That didn't punish them that much, even though they had to absorb a lot of pressure. But here they go. Here the South Africans go again. And here they go again. Anderson back to their captain. The captain moves the ball to the outside. You want to move it again, nice and quickly. And that's a good turnover that the Germans seem to force. But they come away with it still. And good stuff by the captain. He's not happy about something. And the Germans come away with a counter again. And they're on the outside flank again. They're just going to keep moving the ball, keep moving, keep in position. But again, Green is there, working hard, doing the hard yards. Doing the hard yards. Doing the hard yards. The Germans come away with a free hit in the end. But this is South African ball. And there's the end of the chucker. One more to go. The South Africans will be lucky that they got away with that one without playing 5 minutes, without the services of one of their players. Unfortunately, for the Germans, they couldn't convert that extra number into a goal for them. But yeah, there's still another chucker. So hard work side as it's starting to cool off here in Cape Town. The players would be relieved because they can work a little bit harder as there's not a heating sun baking on them. They can really push now. So both coaches will urge their players on to push for this last chucker and really put both teams under as much pressure as possible. The South African to play for in this last chucker. Teams are ready, umpires about to start. Let's see what it brings to us. And push back to the Germans. They're just calmly throwing the ball around at the back. So the Africans look to be aggressive in the press as they're stepping up the platform. They're using this aerial ball quite effectively. It served them very well, putting the other team in some big pressure situations. But then they can just so calmly move the ball on the deck as well. They don't always need to play that aerial ball. I mean, they just do the simple things so well. But South Africa comes away with a free hit, as it was dangerously lifted into a South African player. Anderson on the ball, moving into his outside mids. There's space on the left. I just feel maybe our depth can be a little bit better for our defenders. Outside receiving is good. And we give it straight back to the South Africans. But great tackle by the South Africans. And one of the players are down. South Africa number 2, Garth Sinclair, got a nip through as he made that tackle. And I'm sure that hurt his knee a little bit. Let's see what it is. The umpires are there just having a look, making sure he's okay. I think it was purely accidental. I think it was just in the tackle. Got a clip to the knee. But it seems to be quite in a little bit of pain. But after a jog or two, I'm sure he will be in a good position. And there's a bully given. But good sportsmanship from the German player, just giving it back to the South African team. And the Germans come away with it. Play on, the umpire says, and the South Africans come away with it. Green again on it. But he's got it. Good work by Green again, just forcing the free hit. Good work by Anderson, just got to keep moving it to the outside. Sinclair to Anderson. That's good by the South Africans, keeping those phases, and that's what they want to try and do. Then they worked their way up into the field, getting into good areas. Now again, they can keep building from there. The Germans still look solid in defense, solid and calm on the ball. Don't look to be panicking just yet. But let's see. Hopefully the South Africans can put them under a little bit more pressure, force a free hit, and play a little bit quicker. Sinclair on the ball. And South Africa comes away with it. And there's a... Germany's got away with it. Good tackle, and South Africa will have to defend again as it's a long corner for the Germans. The Germans look just so calm and composed on every single situation. They don't look phased too much at what's happening around them. They just seem to be playing the ball into the good areas. And they take the free hit, getting it into the D, and they come away with it. Great flick, and that's a quality finish by the Germans. And they make it 3-0. This is a quality finish, quality build-up. So if it could be a little bit disappointed that I couldn't made a bit more out of that in defensively, just being a little bit more defensively secured there. But the Germans just do it so classy. They come away with it and just really, really take on to make it 3-0. But the other South Africans go, they won't die, go wandering. They're going to try their utmost best. They will give always their best as much as possible. But there's another South African player down. But he's up and running again. So everything seems to be looking all right there. And here we go. 12.5 minutes left. South Africa are definitely going to keep on fighting, as they are very proud and they want to keep on fighting and make sure they do whatever they can. And there's another South African player on the floor. Doesn't look too particularly happy. Not sure what happened there. He's not too happy. I don't think any of the umpires took note of what happened there. And South Africa doesn't come away with it. It's South African ball. We just didn't take it on the right spot. And the Germans will take the 16-yard hit. Just managing their game. Game management is key, and they've done it superbly in every single sense. They've just been calm, knowing when to play the ball risky and when not to, and just playing it into balance. Like there's a great ball to the outside, opening up the whole right-hand side. They've got numbers leading into the space. Can they come up with something in a good area? Yes, they get a circle entry. And what can he do? And he hits it off target. And it's a penalty corner for the Germans. I think the South Africans are wondering what's happening there. Everybody looks a little bit confused. We're not quite sure what's happening. The umpires are on the radio here. They're not sure of what's happening. And it's a penalty corner. We've come to conclusion. It's a penalty corner, so the Germans will have another opportunity to put one over them. Can they make it 4-0? I think he scored the previous one of a drag flick. Can he put it away again? Is the captain. Is he going to step up? Get some confidence in his flick. Let's see what he's going to do. The South Africans might expect it. And they go for the variation. Good save of the goalkeeper. Good work by the South Africans. Nice and good defensive work that they've done. Managed to keep the Germans at bay. Going for that same slip flick variation that they've been favouring in the first half. But yeah, go straight through everyone. The captain's on it. And just calmly play it outside. And again, to the outside. Good work. And good pressure by Lopez. And he's got it. He came away with it. What can he do? Penalty corner, South Africa. And the crowd seems to be coming alive here. Something for them to cheer about, especially with South Africa getting the penalty corner. Can they do something from this? Can they bring it back and get a goal onto their name? Another variation. South Africa. And they get another penalty corner. Africans aren't very happy about that challenge on one of their players. And there's a yellow card being dealt with. And there's a lot of words happening there. The umpires would really need to take control of this, especially with the frustration building. It means they would need to really step on. There's a lot of words between the players in and out. You can see the frustration is building. But now South Africa has the chance to score now, and then they'll be ahead with an extra player for at least 5 minutes, so they can really get a comeback going here. Okay. Not sure what's happening now, but we'll wait and see. Seems like there was a little bit of an early break at the halfway line, but now and they still defend with 4. It's quite an interesting way of going about things. Back to the injector, and they'll do another penalty corner. Some good penalty corner variations here. They just keep going. They just keep going. Penalty corner, penalty corner. Can they make it stick? And there's another something that happened. What has happened here now? I think everybody's a little bit confused because it's been now working and there's now another change of what's happening. So nobody's really sure what is cooking. Now the injector of the South African team gets sent back. So he must have had a early break somewhere, or someone had an early break. Another penalty corner. South Africans really need to try and change something here as they really struggle to convert this. Push. Now there's an... Okay, now there's a free hit against the South Africans, and the Germans come away in the counter here. What can they do? Okay, they're not going to do much as the ball goes out. Unfortunately for them, could have been a really good opportunity. South Africans had like quite a few short corners there, couldn't convert one, but they still got the extra number. They still got the extra number while the Germans are switching their goalkeepers. So getting some game time for one of the other goalkeepers on the field. And yeah, the South Africans will keep moving it. That's good hockey by the South Africans. And the Germans just come away with it nice and calmly. Getting out of... Ah, the South Africans got it again. There's a corner. And another yellow card for the Germans. Okay, things can become interesting here. They're 2 players down for a push for a player going to receive the ball. There's another yellow card. Another yellow card. So they're 2 players down and a penalty corner. Let's see if they can convert this one. They've got their pusher back, so I'm sure that will make a difference. Okay, now they're defending with 3 players, the Germans. There was an early break by one of them, so he gets sent back. So now can the South Africans make this count? Surely. Oh, they just managed to keep it out wide. Good defense by the Germans, especially with they just only had 3 defenders in there, and they still 2 players down with yellow cards. So South Africans must really go aggressive here and put them to the sword and see if they can't get 1 or 2 quickly. That can change the game quite dramatically, especially if they've got the numbers in hand. And yeah, the Germans come away with it. And South African ball again. Can they push? Can they push? and captain of Germany, back onto it. Just pop it onto the foot. All the class in the world. Just make sure he keeps things under control. With 2.5 minutes to go, he doesn't want to give a goal away. He wants to make sure his team secures the win and be nice and confident going into the next match for the tournament. And the Germans come away with it. And they still have it. Oh, and it's just managed to elude them. But it's still their ball. Still their ball. 2 minutes to go. They're going to definitely push to see if they can't get another goal. Lost a little bit of this game. The Germans are just going to keep it up, keep holding the ball, just manage the game. The last thing they want to do is just give a goal away here. They want to end this game and take this confidence through to the next phase of their competition. The South Africans will look to push for this last minute. Maybe they can just get a consolation goal or something to show for their efforts. I really think they tried their hardest. And here it is. Can he finish it? Stroke! The South Africans will have an opportunity to give away. Can they convert this penalty stroke? And South Africa had a brilliant opportunity to go for it. Didn't get the goal as they wanted, but they got a brilliant opportunity with a penalty stroke here. And he does convert it. The home crowd cheers as they are appreciating the efforts. I think the South African team, never say die attitude is really, really something to applaud. They really went all out, fought for every single inch that they could, and they really, really tried their hardest. With 1 minute to play, can they maybe sneak it? Can they maybe get another one? If they press really hard, they still got an extra man up. And the Germans will come away with a free hit. They will just look to game manage now. Just make sure they don't give away another goal. I think South Africa would look to maybe put a high hanging forward here. If they can win it and pin it, it can maybe be a difference in their game. But it's a long corner for the Germans with 30 seconds to go. This game has been played really hard by both teams. Nice and physically demanding game in blistering heat. But here they go. And the Germans, can they? Oh, and almost they could get a late goal here. But the South African keeper is up for the challenge, and the defensive work of the South Africans seems to be holding out nicely for this last 4 seconds. And there it is. The Germans win this game 3-1. Played very well, made sure they were nice and calm, played to their structures, played to their strengths, converting their opportunities, where the South African team fought really hard. They tried everything they could, took it to the Germans as far as they possibly can. They fought hard. They just can play to their paces, and it's a good building block for them. If they can keep building on this, it will be good for them leading into the rest of the tournament. Thank you, coming all the way from Cape Town at Western Province Cricket Club. Hope you all the best, and hope you guys have a wonderful time wherever you are.